Hello YouTube, Kaitlyn here, and have you ever read a young adult romance that makes you want to gag? Oh, how I wish he still loved me, but I know that can never happen. But he is still pretty though, and I really like looking at him. Oh my gosh, why? So I've been reading Brodi Ashton's Everneath, which is a story loosely based on Greek mythology. Hades and Persephone, Orpheus and Eurydice. You know, human girl getting sucked into the underworld and trying to escape for love. It has a really interesting premise, with the underworld being called the Everneath, and there being these ever-livings, which are essentially immortals that need to feed on human energy to stay alive. But it gets ruined with this Bella Swan-esque character, Nikki Beckett, and all of her teenage angst. So let's break it down for you. Nikki goes to the Everneath with Cole because she thinks her boyfriend Jack has cheated on her at football camp. The choice to essentially commit a form of suicide by going to the Everneath in order to alleviate her pain would have been much more effective had the reasoning been given that her mother's killer was just let off of a drunk driving charge that very day, but that just gets kind of forgotten about. Missed opportunity number one. Then she finds a loophole in the Everneath and gets to come back to Earth for 6 months in order to try to say goodbyes to her family and friends, but she really just spends all of her time pining over Jack. There's so little attention paid to her trying to repair relationships with her father, her brother, her best friend Jules. It's really all just sighing and moaning, complaining about how much she loves Jack and how he could never love her again. But it's so painfully obvious that he's still in love with her. Missed opportunity number two, and I could go on. So what I don't understand, because I love YA literature and I think it can be a really groundbreaking form of writing, especially since it's accessible to young readers, is why so many of these stories are just teen girls in first-person point of view, whining about boys who obviously like them with some kind of supernatural spin thrown in. I mean, who cares about their families or friends or relationships outside of whatever love triangle is central to the plot? Jeez. I was really hoping to like this story, but it was so predictable and followed the same formula that so many YA novels do now. But why does it have to have such an emo and blockheaded protagonist? Why must it have a weird love triangle with an obvious choice? Also, it fails the Bechdel test miserably. 90% of this book is her talking to Jack or Cole. There's one conversation with her best friend Jules where they talk about the stuff they used to talk about, but it's not actually in dialogue, it's just summarized like that. I feel like I tend to only make nerdy book club videos about books that I don't like. They incite so much fire in me though. So what do you think? Have you read a YA book that has both a compelling character and a good myth adaptation? Looking back at the books I've read this year, they've either had completely invented universes, or they're ones like Marissa Meyer's Cinder or Susan E.'s Penryn and the End of Days. Perhaps you should make a book club video about those, Kaitlyn. You know, books you actually like, not just ones you complain about all the time, like Nikki. Oh no, this can't be happening. I turned into one of the characters that I hate so much. Tell me down in the comments, and remember to like, favorite, share, and subscribe if this video made you smile. See you guys next Thursday.